Good morning, students. Today I have come with a new chapter of your Flamingo book, and that is chapter number 2, named Lost Spring by Jung. Actually, this is an excerpt from her book Lost Spring of Stolen Childhood, and here she has expressed her anguish over the exploitation of children working in hazardous conditions while they pick from the garbage, and some are bangle makers. She is of the opinion that poverty traps people in exploitation, suppression, and deprivation, and hard toil, hard work of many years results in perpetual poverty and accepting them that as their destiny. So this is all told in the chapter. Now students, you can have a look over glossary, some difficult words which are definitely helping you to understand the chapter. Have a look over them. These are scrounging, mutters, glibly, hollow, perpetual, desolation, acquaintance, periphery, squatters, devoid, maras, slog, ovals, wobbly, shack, frail, impoverished, lineage, unkempt, shanty, drab, sanctity, numbing, apathy, hurtling, and stigma. Meanings are given before them. You must have had a look over them, so I am proceeding ahead. Now comes the theme of the chapter. Now Jung has talked deeply about their abject poverty. Whose abject poverty? Poverty of the slum dwellers. And she has shown here how this abject poverty traps the people in vicious circle of carelessness, exploitation, and indifference, of which one can never come out. And this is shown through the two protagonists. One is Sahib-e-Alam, who is shown in the first part of the chapter, and the second is Mukesh, and both of these have lost their childhood while carrying the burden of the poverty and illiteracy. And in their bleak stories, Jung finds a ray of hope and resilience. Resilience means the capacity to come out of that exploitation. And for this, she appeals the public. Through the chapter, she appeals the public to come forward to help them. Now, secondly, author has displayed that backbreaking work results in perpetual poverty and make the people accept that profession as their destiny. Now you will notice that the chapter is entitled as Lost Spring, which is an apt title here because spring is the season of bloom, which brings an aura of positivity and prosperity all around. Moreover, spring is the symbol of childhood, but unfortunately that is snatched from the children depicted here. And this is clarified from the use of the phrase lost spring. That means spring is missing from the lives of these slum children. And now, dear students, you can have a view of the picture which I have deliberately inserted here, and this picture belongs to a slum, and the same situation prevails there where these people, these rag pickers and bangle makers live. Now you see, the first part is about rag pickers, and this part is entitled as Sometimes I Find a 1 rupee in the Garbage. Now see why the author has entitled this part like so. Because author wants to highlight the plight of the slum dwellers ₹1. When he finds ₹1, when a slum dweller finds ₹1 coin, how important is that? This is shown by the author in the title. We will see rag pickers of Simapuri have come from Bangladesh and they are squatted here. Squatted means they have illegally settled here. Why have they come to Simapuri? Because their everything in Bangladesh has been spoiled, has been destroyed. How? Because of the storm. We all know that Bangladesh is a cyclone hit area, and these people are left with no means of survival. And here in Simapuri, though ironically they don't have any identity, but they have ration card which enables them to have the commodities of their daily need. And you will notice these rag pickers have acquired the fine proportions of art. That means they scrounge for gold in the garbage. We will notice that how exaggerated expression is used by the author. That means they minutely search in the garbage for ₹1, ₹2 coin or any other thing of their necessity. Author has also mentioned the boy whom she meets, mentioned that boy whose name is Sahib-e-Alam. See students, what an irony is there in the name Sahib-e-Alam. Sahib means Lord, God, and Alam means universe. Whereas this boy was the symbol of pity and sympathy and poverty. And his name was Sahib-e-Alam, quite opposite. Then author notices that this boy was without footwears, and when author questions him, he replies that his mama hasn't given. Whereas the other child cracks a joke by saying, even if his mama gives, he doesn't wear. Now here author explains the general view of the people, about these slum dwellers, that they don't have the tradition to wear the footwears. This is the general view of the people, but author's explanation is entirely opposite to this. She is of the opinion that these people cannot afford. How can they afford when they can't satiate their family's hunger? How will they afford the footwears? From where will come the money? And the living conditions are so terrible here that there is no sewage, no drainage, no running water. Houses are not permanent. They are so wobbly, they are so weak that they can fall at any time. Then author comes to the second part of the chapter, which is I want to drive a car. And here I refers to one of the bangle makers whose name is Mukesh. Here also we can notice the living conditions are very terrible. Squalor, very dirty, untidy. One cannot survive but see the fate of these people. They still have to live there because they work in glass furnaces where there is high temperature. Dingy cells, that means very low roofed house. These are very low roofed homes. In the name of homes, only one room is there. With no ventilation. Lanes are stinking. They are choked with garbage. Walls are very weak. Anytime they can fall. Doors are very weak. There is no, because of lack of sewage, drainage, as if humans and animals live together. And author notices here that they work so hard. In making the bangles, they work so hard that as if their back is broken. This is a metaphor suggested by the author here, that their mind is made totally inactive. It has lost the capacity to think and act. And they are left with no zeal, no enthusiasm to think, to do something else. When author asks a question, why don't they organize themselves into cooperatives? Then startling revelation is done, and that is, if they try to organize themselves in cooperatives, they are threatened. By whom? By the police officers, by the middlemen, by the bureaucrats, and most importantly, by whom they have taken the money. Money lenders. And author was compelled to visualize two clear worlds. One is the web of poverty in which they are trapped. Why are they trapped? Because of their poverty. They cannot get themselves literate. Because they can't get themselves literate, they are exploited. And when they are exploited, they remain poor. And when they remain poor, they remain illiterate. This is due to the stigma of being born in a low class. And the second world is the world of middlemen, police officers, bureaucrats, moneylenders, who create a web of poverty around them because they exploit them, they torture them, they manhandle them, they threaten them. As a result, these people, even if they have the capacities, they can't do anything else. And those who try to revolt a bit, they are suppressed by their elders. They are grown up with the thinking that daring is not a part of their livelihood. But there is one more child named Mukesh who is different from them, because he had dared to do differently. He had dared to learn driving a car. Poor boy. Author says, so poor. He doesn't know from where will come the money to learn driving. Poor boy, he has only seen cars flying on the roads. He has not seen the aeroplanes flying in the sky. Again, this is a metaphor used. I'll discuss all the devices in my another video. So this is all given in this video, this chapter. Hope you will understand. Bye bye.